What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're back in the shop today, doing something pretty much probably all of you guys have seen before. Got a 5.3 here for my buddy Adam. It's going in a OBS Chevy C10 truck, whatever. The truck's been completely restored, or I say completely restored. It's been repainted. The truck's super nice. Anyways, Adam and I got together and he bought a 5.3. Wanted to rebuild it, then we started putting a bunch of numbers together, and it ended up it was going to cost more for us to rebuild it than it was for me to sell him a remain unit for my work. We had a deal going on these, so we've got a bunch of these on the shelf, and it's basically, from what I gather, like I said, we have our own part numbers that we use, you know, and then the part numbers that we use will, you know, will basically specify what make, year, model it all goes in based on what valve covers we put on it, what oil pan we put on it, what cams in it, you know, blah blah blah, whatever. But for the most part, this one here, it's basically your 3rd gen aluminum 5.3. It's actually pretty much the same thing I've got in the Ranger now. The only difference is this one's stock, mine is too, more or less, but currently this one is stock, and we're getting ready to do a cam swap in it. This motor we built with a set of 243 heads. Adam is super pumped about that because it was actually supposed to have 862s, and at the time we built this, we didn't have any 862s. All we had was a set of 243s, so we just put them on there. You know, whoever bought the motor was going to get a heck of a good set of cylinder heads on this this motor that wasn't supposed to have them. Anyways, we're going to get the valve covers off this thing, the front cover off of it, get the rockers unbolted and all that, and then we'll start getting the cam out of this thing, and I'll show you the cam kit and stuff we've got for the install. Alright guys, so here is the cam kit that we are putting in Adam's aluminum 5.3. We've got new valve seals. We won't need those. We're just going to set those aside since this motor is a reman unit. It's got brand new valve seals already in it, so we're good to go there. Everything, like I said, all this is BTR stuff. I believe we ordered this from Summit or Jegs. I can't remember. I ordered from both of them. I love Summit and Jegs. It's pretty much anytime I order from them, it's a 2-day, maybe 3-day ship depending on weather. But yeah, this one, we're not getting anything carried away. This is, I believe, like a stage 2 truck cam. Looks like, well, oh, here we go. So it is a 224, 230 duration on a 111 lobe separation, 553, 547 lift. Not huge lift. I got really close to my face all of a sudden there. Not a big lift cam. It's got quite a bit of duration and stuff for a cam. You know, just a basic truck cam. We did order the valve springs that come with this, and these are basically kind of like, I would guess, like a stock replacement LS6 valve spring. You know, like I said, because it's not anything more than 555 lift, so, you know, something like that. Pretty mild cam, doesn't require a huge valve spring, and obviously, like the LS6, LS2s, and all those, they have, you know, cams that are pretty comparable as far as lift goes, so we're good there. And then we ordered some 7400. We probably actually could have done without these since we're not running a heavier spring, but for future use and just, you know, longevity, you know, wear, all that stuff, I went ahead and had him order a set of chromoly push rods, 7400 80 wall, just your standard 5/16 diameter push rod. So anyways, this is what we're gonna get tossed in this 5.3. I'll get this all apart and we'll start doing the install on it. We're going to go ahead and get these valve covers off and front cover off. I did go ahead and pull the balancer off of it before I left work, just so I didn't have to mess with that. It's going to make it easier. got the rockers out of it, push rods out of it, well, except for this side. I'll pull these out, and then once I get these out, I'll go ahead and pull the front cover off. I could probably go ahead and just swap these springs out. That's probably what I'll do first. I'll probably just go ahead and try out. I ordered this tool here, and me being the dummy that I am, I get all excited whenever I try and buy tools, and I believe I ordered the wrong one, and we're about to find out firsthand. Yep. Let's see. Maybe I'll luck out. Maybe I can open. Ooh, maybe. Ooh. Man, it's going to be close. Let's see here. Nope. Nope. Dang it. Oh, let me set this down. I got to try and adjust this tool a little. Alright, so I'm sitting there thinking. I got this tool. As far as this piece here goes, this will work. It looks like this is pretty well a standard piece for rectangle ports and cathedral port. You know, if this was a rectangle port head, it would kick one valve out a little bit further, so then this, obviously this opening here would get used. But that one hole not being lined up kind of screws me a little. But I'm hoping, since these are just a stock spring, it's not some big heavy spring, I'm hoping that I can just compress this and it won't be too heavy of a spring, because I'm actually going to just use one bolt in this, and we're just going to try it, see what happens. Adam, if you're watching this, don't worry, buddy, it's in safe hands. I got this. So we'll get these springs changed out and keep on going. Alright guys, so we're going to keep on tearing this 5.3 apart to that's broken. We're going to continue to take this front cover off this 5.3. Got two lower bolts here, and obviously the perimeter bolt for the front cover. We'll pull that off, and then we'll keep going with getting this front cam plate off, cam gear, all that, so we can get the cam out and get that swapped in. So now that I've got the rocker arms and push rods and everything out of it, and this isn't always the case, but since I've got this on a stand, it'll work pretty good for me. You know, if something were to go wrong. But basically, you get all that off there, and you roll the motor over. You know, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 times. The cam will push the lifters back up in the lifter trays, and they should stay there. Since this is a remain unit, it should have gotten new lifter trays put in it, and they're pretty tight the way they hold on to the lifter. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this over, get those lifters pushed up in there, and then I should be able to pull it out without any of the lifters coming out of it, back down into the lifter board, or back it down into the cam board. But since this is on a stand, I can actually turn it upside down, it'll push them down in there, and then I can put the cam in with the motor upside down. And I don't have to worry about putting rods in these holes to hold the push rods, or hold the lifters up in the lifter trays like most people do. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and roll this over. I may actually just go ahead and roll it upside down, and then I'll roll this back over to top dead center, pull the cam gear off of it, timing chain off of it, and then I'll slide that old cam out, slide the new cam in it. Make sure all the lifters are pushed down into the lifter trays. And we're going to slide this row out. Alright, there's the stock cam. Now we'll get the new one put in. Old and busted.
Seriously.
New hotness.
Oh, dude, what?
VTR stage 4 truck cam. It's actually like stage 4 V2. Turn that off. BTR stage 4 V2 truck cam. And then stock, not so awesome 5.3 truck cam. So I just put the new cam in and totally forgot to hit the record button. We'll show you how that comes back out and back in. No, it won't. You just slide it in the hole. Try not to ding up the cam bearings. And if you do, just don't even think about it. Just put the cam plate back on it. I believe these are 22 foot-pounds. Check, 22. Let's check them again. And now, anytime I do this, I can't remember if I did it in the last LS2 build video, but anytime I go through and I torque these, just in case I forget, I go ahead and I mark these with a paint marker so I know that those bolts have been torqued. And if you look, you can see we've got paint markers on here, and then all the bolts actually around the perimeter of the front cover and stuff were all marked with orange paint marker. That's just, you know, that way we know they've been torqued when we go back through it. Alright, so I got cam swapped out, all the timing set stuff back on, everything torqued, rocker arms back in it, valve spring swapped, new push rod in and all that stuff. And now my next step is I'm going to pull this pan off, the windage tray pickup tube, and then we're going to put a F-body windage tray pickup tube and pan on it. Alright guys, so got the harmonic balancer on. This was an Assault balancer. Here's the part number, ARC8001670. It's a pretty nice little piece for the money. I think that thing ended up being like 90 bucks. You know, it's got the holes in it, obviously, for the puller and all that. It's not an SFI approved balancer, but it's a pretty nice piece, really. So that's gonna do it for this this whole little video here. But anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, keep following along. We'll keep doing some little stuff like this. We'll see you guys later.